What's good, everybody? Rob Stats Guerrera here with you, another Gold Standard podcast. I told you we were going to beef up our draft coverage this offseason, and we are doing just that. Very happy to be joined by Bailey Despanie, safety from Tulane. How are you, Bailey?
I'm good. I'm good. Glad to be here.
You are a unicorn. Not only did you play 5 years in college, but all at the same place. I don't know that we'll ever see that again.
Yeah, it's rare. It's been a journey at Tulane, but I'm glad I stuck it through.
Now, I'm not going to mention that, your first year when you redshirted, they were 2-10. And then after that, they went 43-13 once you started playing. I'm just, that's just a fact.
Yeah, like I said, it's just been it been a journey. I'm just grateful for it all. Through the ups and downs, from the 2 and 10 year to the Cotton Bowl to the conference championships, it's been a ride.
Was there like a shift in the culture there that you saw and you felt going from, a losing season your first year to all of a sudden basically kicking ass every year after that?
I would say definitely. I feel like it was a mindset change. 2 and 10, that was not a good feeling at all. We football players, we all competitive, and we felt like we just couldn't compete. And I feel like everybody felt like so much in this game is such a mental component. And once we all decided to turn that mental component to a point where like we won't be stopped, I feel like that's when the university and our football team like took a turn.
So now part of the reason I want to do these interviews is because I just want people to get to know some of the prospects that are coming in, both as players and as people. And I noticed that John Summerall, before he left, shouted you out specifically as one of the people that helped the transition when he came in for your last couple seasons there. He mentioned your leadership. When you think of leadership, what do you think of?
I feel like serving others. I feel like when it comes down to it, a lot of people talk about like being leaders. A lot of people lead by example, but in my form of leadership, I feel like I do a good job by serving others. Like I'm one call away for anything that my teammates need. I never had a problem with anything dealing with my teammates or anything like that. Everybody know that I'm an open book, open door guy. Everybody could walk through and just get the same read from me.
That is something that a lot of NFL teams are going to love to hear, I'm sure. Now, a lot of times the safety is responsible for the communication, some of the checks, some of the adjustments that a team has to make. So you basically have to know everything that everybody has to do on the field at all
Uh-huh.
times. What kinds of things are you communicating to them on the field when you do have to make changes?
Sometimes it's a lot, man. Especially like nowadays, like with the offense and things of that sort, whole formation to flip. So it's just really just zone drops, man coverage things, responsible for gaps, certain motions just so certain motions is like the gaps change, So it's really once you get it down pat, it's really easy, simple. But if you don't know what you're doing out there, like it definitely give you a headache.
So how did you learn all that stuff?
Just film work, messing up, honestly, just if I'm being real, like that's what practice is for. You mess up in practice and you just drill it into your head so much with watching film, watching the practice film, watching the game film, knowing what to expect. You know what I mean? Like it I definitely say that.
Just hours spent in it. Well, I guess now it doesn't have to be a dark room because you could have it on the iPad or whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, the film study, huge for sure, especially if you got to know everybody else's job too.
definitely.
Now, do you have a favorite play in your when you think of your 5 years at Tulane? Is there one play that sticks out where you're like, that's my favorite?
I would say the year after the 2 and 10 year when we won the combo. My first game actually playing. We had went up there to Kansas State. It was a close game. A couple I started cramping. A couple of them went down, and then next thing you know, I'm in the game. And it was a big fourth down. I think we was up by a point, something like that. Um, it was fourth and like two or something like that. We was in like a heavy run call. We knew they was gonna run the ball. Fit my gap. Ended up making a TFL like 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So I would say that.
And you won that game 17-10.
Yes, sir.
And what do you have another play that's the opposite in the back of your head where you're like, man, I did a lot of good things, but just that one just annoys the hell out of me.
I would definitely say I think about this like I have nightmares about this. It was in the Cotton Bowl too. Caleb Williams was back there scrambling. He had threw the ball up towards the sideline. I was at deep safety. Um, and then like the ball was close towards the sideline. Me, honestly, I thought I was getting like a free interception. Like the ball was coming straight to me. Next thing you know, Brendan Rice came out of nowhere and just caught the ball. So
Is that like your stress dream? Like you're back there, you
yes.
see the ball in the air?
Yes, like it's like every time I think about it, I get a heartache.
Well, you could get drafted and you could be intercepting Caleb Williams in the NFL.
Definitely, definitely.
Now, let's talk about John Summerall, your coach.
Hmm.
He is now at Florida, obviously.
Hmm.
And one of the things at Florida that he's doing is he's not giving people the logo on any of the gear, no logos. Did he do that with you guys too?
Nah, not actually. But I feel like when he came to Tulane, it like we had the foundation already there. You know what I mean? And like I have nothing against Florida. That's a great program, historic program. But like, truth be told, like things haven't been rolling for them like in a couple years. You know, they have great players, they have everything, but they haven't like things haven't been rolling for them. So I feel like with Summerall doing that and things of that sort, he trying to set a foundation for them. You know what I mean? Like something that like when things get hard, like yeah, it may shake, it may swaddle, but like when things get hard, it's not gonna break down. You know what I mean? So I think that's the whole reason behind that.
Now, did you feel a sense of responsibility when he came in? Like, hey, people are going to be looking to me to see how I treat the new guy.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I had like a lot of younger guys come up to me and like, hey, what you think about Summerall? Hey, what you think about the DC? Hey, what you think about And I'm all like I said, I'm an open door. I'm all for giving people chances. You know what I mean? And from the first day in, I met Summerall. We had a connection. You know, he wanted to win. I wanted to win. We both had the same goals in mind. The bigger goals to make the CFPs, to win conference championships, to win a lot of games, beat the good people. So I think that played a big part in it. And like Summerall, my God, man, like I love that. I love him to death.
And like the way you answer that question for those younger guys, that's going to go a long way to influencing how they think about him.
Definitely, definitely. And I think he does a good job with his players. He definitely gets to know his players on like a level outside of football, like actually caring about him, checking up on him. If he spots anything off with you, he's right next to you in your ear, asking you if you're okay. So he's definitely a players coach, and I'm sure the guys at Florida love him.
We'll see how he does in Gainesville. Let's talk about you now going forward. Obviously, you've got the combine coming up, the NFL draft. Do you have like a sort of a schedule mapped out of everything you're going to be doing between now and the draft in order to prepare?
Uh, yeah, I lately I just been working out with my trainers and things of that sort. And just hoping to get the results that I get for Pro Day on March 24th in New Orleans.
24th.
But other than that, I'm just staying patient, just praying things work out the way that they need to work out. It's all God's plan. I never go outside of that.
So when NFL teams put on your tape, I always say I'm not a huge tape guy, but I do like to watch some. And I always look for something, one trait, one skill that just pops out immediately when I put on the tape. When they put on your tape, what is that skill or that thing that's going to pop out?
For sure tackling. I don't miss too many tackles. I love the physicality of the game. It gets me going. Sometimes I do get hit, but I definitely hit more than I get hit. Like I said, I just love the physicality part of the game. I
Did you have sort of a welcome to college football moment where somebody kind of took you down pretty
I
good?
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code GSPE. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
I say my freshman year. I was in the box as a safety. Pulling guard came to me,
Oh,
and it was the worst. That's when they just changed the rule with the cutting and things of that sort. It was a rough one.
damn. Yeah, that ain't fun because you see that guy, you see that number in the 60s, and you're like, oh shit. That is, oh, I don't envy you for that. I mean, obviously, the 140-pound guy that's doing the interview, not shocking that I wouldn't have what it takes to play college football. So, okay, you're working out, you're preparing for the draft, all that stuff, but you can't do that 24/7, 365, obviously. So when you just need to take a break and relax and veg out and you want to stream something, what is the last thing that you streamed or that you put on?
Lately, I've been on this series called The Landman.
Oh, yeah, that's is that with Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, yeah. It's been my comfort show lately. I just finished another series. Well, another season of that series. It came out I think 2016. It's called The
Okay.
Night Agent. So yeah, basically, I love TV shows. You know, I'm more of a TV show than a movie guy. So yeah.
The Night Agent. I don't even know who's in that.
I think it's a couple British actors.
Gabriel Basso. Okay. All right. I'll check it out. I'm always looking for something new. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate the time, Bailey. Good luck preparing for everything, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.